Okay, so I know that you want to become a salesperson, but to become a salesperson, you need to get a job of a salesperson, right? So at the time of an interview, how will you sell your knowledge to the potential company that you are trying to work for? And that is where we have to think about, again, a prospecting approach. Now, you have to ask yourself, okay, what type of company do I want to work for? In this case, the company that's going to hire you is the customer, and you are the salesperson where you are selling your knowledge, your time, your expertise to them. Okay. So ask yourself, what are the most important characteristics of your ideal employer? Okay. In which location would you most like to live? That means, do you want to live in a rural area, urban area? Do you want to live within your state or outside the state? And that's where my advice is, when you are young, take risk and travel around the world so that you know that what other opportunities are available for you. Which companies might be interested in the skills that you have to offer in return? Maybe you have a lot of knowledge when it comes to selling, say, producing crops and vegetables rather than animals. In that case, you have to ask yourself, okay, I don't want to focus on this company because most of their operations are on animals, and that is not my area of expertise. So we will strike out these companies and we will focus only on the companies that are focused upon crops and vegetables and things like that. And once you know what type of ideal company you want to work for, you can create a list of 25, let's say, target companies. Okay, these are the companies that you want to work for, and you have to focus upon those 25 companies, and you have to figure out who are the important people over there. Okay, what are their names, what are their locations, and what are their job responsibilities. Once you know what they are do, and whether that is a person that can really help you get the job or not, then you have to create specified focused information on those particular people. And that is where you have to create individual letters, recommendation letters. When you go and ask your professor to write a recommendation letter, you know that there is a John Doe that is working in, say, ADM or Cargill or some other company, and they may want to write it directly to that particular John Doe, saying, "Hey, my student so and so is very good at this, and we would like you to consider them for that particular position." And that means avoid letters or reco letters. Okay, reco letters such as "to whom it may concern." That means it says that you did not do your homework to know who that person is. Okay, whether it is a David or a Joe or a Mike or a Matt, or maybe Samantha or Kim or somebody else. So you have to ask yourself, do I know people there or I don't know anybody? If you are writing recommendation letters that says "to whom it may concern," that is probably a bad approach. Okay, so that is the major thing you have to think about when it comes to prospecting. Try to learn the names, locations, job responsibilities of the prominent managers where you are trying to apply, and you have to have a number, about 25 target companies that you want to work for, of those ideal employer companies. Once you do that, then you are in a much better place. Okay, and where can you find those 25 target companies? You can do a Google search, and you can talk to other people that have already worked there. And if you go to the Google News, you can find a lot about that particular company and see whether you want to work for them or not. Or in a Hoover's database, you can see how big the company is, what is their annual revenue, and things like that. So these are some criteria that you can do as well. And this is where I would like you to go here to this particular website, Indeed.com. Once you go there, this is essentially a job aggregator website. Okay, let us say I'm interested in selling fertilizers. Okay, fertilizer sales. Okay, now where do I want to sell? I want to sell in, let us say, New York. New York. When I do that, it says that there were about 6 jobs that were found within 35 miles of New York. And it shows, this particular company. It's not giving the exact name, but here it says Site One Landscape Company, Larchmont, New York. Now, what do I do? Site One Landscape Company. And that is where I want, that can be a potential employer, let us say. So in that case, I have to go into the internet and then site one landscape company. And when I click on it, it kind of brings me to say a particular location. So maybe I will just click on that, and this is how you just gradually click more and more to know more about their company. And this is the way how you will be able to know more about that. And here you may not be able to find the names of the people, so that is when you have to go to linkedin.com website, and there you have to sign in. And I forgot my login name, I think, and maybe in one of the later videos I will show you how to log in and how to find potential people that are working in that company that can potentially help you get an interview, get some type of interaction within the company people and things like that. Okay, so these are all the things when it comes to selling yourself at an interview. Okay, so this completes chapter number 7, or step number 1, prospecting and qualifying. You have to create a list, whether you are selling seeds or fertilizers or tractors or computer parts. And if you are going to be in an interview situation, you have to create a list of 25 ideal target companies. So these are the things that you should keep in mind. So in the next chapter, number 8, we will talk about how to do the homework. We already have started doing some homework, and we are going to look at more in-depth analysis of how to do the homework. That is the pre-approach that I already talked about in the very first page of this particular chapter. Okay, so next video will be on the pre-approach, doing the homework.